Got a YouTube chat going?
Yeah.
Cool.
Should we double check that it's working on the
Um,
Facebook page?
hello? Hello? Yep.
You typed it.
No, that's
Oh,
Facebook.
oh, okay. Hello. Does somebody want to put in Slack and ask if Nate's coming?
What about Murray?
Marie is sick. She won't be here. Eric won't be here. So it's just us and Nate.
Is Eric gonna like Skype in or something like that? Or is he just gonna watch?
I believe he's gonna try to Skype in. I don't know.
I just sent him a message.
The YouTube video's up. So if other people want to watch it, they can. I guess I don't have any updates besides really Carbon and Chrome went well. Also, as you guys know, the taco truck closed, so
The one down there, the one that we have.
yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know.
Indefinitely or
I don't know.
temporarily? Okay.
Could be temporarily. So I don't know. We might have somebody. We might be able to get them, or I don't know. And there were a lot of negative comments, so people might not want to.
Well, I would do it.
You would or wouldn't?
Yeah, I would still go back.
I mean, I would too, honestly. I mean, the food's really good.
The ones that fail the health inspections always have the best food. That's how it goes.
Other than that, I don't think I really have anything. I'm trying to think. I felt like there was something I had to say, but I can't remember. So that's about it for me.
I don't have any.
Cooper, do you have any updates?
This weekend we made $111 on sticker sales.
Oh, that's nice. I didn't know if we made that much.
That was from Riley's order, Mike's order, and then a couple stickers.
Oh, nice.
That's substantial.
Nice.
Okay. I think there was something in there. Okay. Well, I know we have to meet with the graphic designer for Boost in the Spring.
Oh, they got it. Or
Yeah, so they're ready. His office hours are Monday, Wednesday, 2 to 5, Fridays, 1 to 5. 1 to 5.
okay, perfect.
Will those work for you?
Yeah.
Are you able to meet with them tomorrow sometime?
Wednesday.
Wednesday. Oh, yeah, you right.
Yeah, I can meet Wednesday. Oh, that works for me.
Okay, I will let him know.
Okay.
You know what time? I can just say.
Probably around 2
Okay.
or noon.
Okay. Oh my god. This thing just sucks, guys. Okay.
Blame the keyboard.
Yeah, that's about it. Okay, Boost in Spring, graphic design requests. Yep, just go and do that and we'll figure something out. At some point we need to pay parking. I don't really know how that, I can't remember how exactly that works. I think student involvement will give you a
Yep.
sheet or something.
I got the IRI last week.
Yep, and so we just need to fill out the IRI and then,
I think it's already ready. I can just take it down to transport services.
Yeah. And then that's what we'll just have to do. And then we'll be good to go and, Daddy will be paid for it and everything like that.
Yep, and I got the same one for pizza confection.
Oh, yeah, cool. The one thing probably we should talk about Boost in the Spring is, when we're getting the pizzas and who's getting the pizzas. Like, if you wanna do it since you're the treasurer, or if you want somebody else to do it, or you want somebody to accompany you with it.
I don't mind. What's the time for Goose in the Spring? It's like,
That's a great question. It is 1 to 3.
1 to 3. Okay, yeah, I can get it before then.
Rip, the Zuby.
That's a
Um,
good picture though.
It's
yeah. Minus the fact that it's in a cemetery.
so is the car.
Yeah. If it's,
Oh. I hope Matt watches. Okay, so, but I think that's it for Boost in the Spring. Is there anything else you guys think we need to do for Boost in the Spring?
Do you know if Tommy Benson's gonna be there? If not, I don't mind playing music off my car either.
I don't know. I will message him right now. I thought somebody asked him, but I will message him right now, and ask. Is there anything else? What did I say, 1 to 3? Is that what it was?
Yeah.
And on March 24th?
Mhm.
I don't think we really need activities really.
All right.
People will just come and go. I probably think, we'll get there maybe, 12:30, 12:45. There's not much setup. We just have to be there to help walk people to their parking spots and stuff. And just make sure nobody hits anything, hits a pole, hits anybody.
So we're actually gonna be parking people?
Usually, when it comes to working with transportation services, you have to,
Yeah, I remember someone hit a pole too. So
The soul
that's why I mentioned that.
I
Well,
don't
yeah,
get
it's
it
also-
damage to the pole.
Don't, I miss you, Logan. I miss you too, but
So there's that. Okay, moving on to GC. Wow, there's not really a lot of people here, but how are your sponsors going?
I was gonna talk to Mike at Stance Wars, but I could not find him anywhere. He was all over the place. So, and I don't think he was in a good mood.
there it is.
Yeah, because he like yelled at my friend because like they directed us. Like all the cars going down one way, and then they went down the entire track to enter, and one of the parking people directed me and my friend Austin to go down this like gravel road, and we like cut the whole line that way, and then Mike like came up and was like yelling at my friend, "Why are you like skipping?"
You
along?"
like Austin?
Yeah. So
Ouch.
yeah,
But you were told to.
yeah, we were told to go that way. So whatever, I don't know, but I'm going to email him again and follow up because I don't think he was planning on responding.
Okay.
Because he was pretty overloaded with stuff. But, he seemed interested, so I think hopefully we'll get him as a sponsor. At least if not, an actual booth, at least we'll probably get stickers or
Yeah.
stuff.
That would be.
I mean, if he even came with like an actual Sandsworth booth or something like that, that'd be.
Because they have like a small one.
They have that trailer too that's full of merch.
Oh yeah, true.
That I've seen.
True. Other than that, I haven't heard back from any of the others yet.
Okay.
Oh, we just got a eyelash thing post on the page, so you guys know.
I emailed a couple more people. Birch and Barley declined for
You
food,
noticed?
so that's,
It's never,
uh,
since we. got
but I
rid of
contacted
certain
more
people and
people
stuff,
today.
there's been no problem.
You contacted which one?
Huh?
You contacted which one?
I contacted, I don't know how many people, I just emailed, so I emailed Stella's and Zoe's today, just because I was bored. And I contacted a couple other people. And then,
Oh, yeah, I forgot to update that.
I think you're updated.
No, I mean like the contacted.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you can say that Eric's otherwise contacted, we just need to keep in touch. It's right there.
You should be able to do like the drag down,
Yeah, hold control and drag down, I think.
or you can just grab a little.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yes. Okay. So. Okay. So yeah, those, we'll just have to keep on with those. I would like to try to get sponsors contacted by the end of this month, like all of them contacted.
Heavily contacted.
Just so you can, like, the next few months, it's just, I'm gonna keep emailing you every week, I'm gonna keep emailing you every month until you say yes or no, kind of a thing. I did email the Knuckle Scrapers, because they came to the U of I show, and they boycott, Hot August Nights, which is the same weekend.
Because they got rid of all the fun stuff that was actually like correlated for them to do and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
So they boycotted.
So they're more likely to come to our event as well, so I emailed them and we'll see if they respond.
Is it like a bunch of plastic cards?
It's all over Rat Rod and stuff.
Oh, okay.
It's the
But-
stuff
but
that we
it's-
need in our car show.
Yeah, it's a variety of stuff. It's all old stuff and
Oh, cool.
And so I
stop.
So I did do that. We should decide when to open concourse registration. So I opened up VIP and open outside, just because I think it's just easier to have open outside open for everybody. They can just get it done. So the open concourse is the one where we have 10 spots. And the other thing too with open concourse is I kind of brought up, Willie and I kind of talked about it with Knuckle Scrapers, but so the Knuckle Scrapers bought like a section of CCSS, and so we thought maybe if this is another thing, like they could be almost like a vendor spot, so they would go on a concourse, because I figured because they're such a close knit group that they might want to like stay as a group rather than maybe some of their people applying for VIP and some of their people open. So it might be a thing that they buy a sponsor package spot and then they get a whole area.
I like that idea.
Um,
I think they would like that too.
One we brought up too, and the other thing is they created a dope trophy, 2 trophies. Like the whole time they had it set out and it looked like 1 trophy, and then they came up and they're like, yeah, we were told to bring 1, but we wanted to bring 2, and they like unhooked it and it was like 2 trophies. It was the coolest trophy ever.
Yeah,
It was
It was
dope.
badass.
Awesome.
So they might be willing to do that too. But in other words, we should decide, I want to decide today, I guess, with us, and if Marie or Eric are listening to decide whether or not, or when we should open concourse, which is those 10 spots.
I mean, I would say as soon as possible, I guess. I don't see a point in waiting, I guess, unless,
The only reason I see a point in waiting is because it's so limited, because it is those 10 spots. So I don't know if that's something maybe we open up like at the last minute.
I'd say like 2 months before would be like a prime time to actually do that, because if that happens, yeah.
So that's the next one.
2 months before the show.
2 months before the show.
Oh, you're right. Sorry,
So,
Levy.
It'd be Jim.
Right.
Because it'd be a good thing to, because there might be people that, oh, hey, I really want this spot, but I don't know what's gonna happen. And so, I mean, if people are buying those spots and then backing out,
Yeah. What about people that are gonna buy open or like the outside and then want to move up to concourse when it opens? Is that gonna be an option?
I mean, it could be, but what I would say to them is that, I mean, on our website, it has everything. So it has, VIP is open, but it has a description, open outside is open, it has a description, open concourse. It's not open, but it has a description of what it is. And so they have the ability to look and see what it is.
so I'm talking to Danielle right now. Vendors are $100, correct,
Yes,
for a 10 by 10?
yes. So you would have, like, they would know that, I mean, I guess, they would know that open concourse is there, so if they wanted to wait for open
Wait for
concourse,
open
they
concourse.
could.
And then if for some reason they didn't get it, they can always just go to outside.
Yeah, kind of thing.
Okay.
So you're thinking 2 months before?
I think that's reasonable.
Cooper, how do you feel about 2 months before? Which is June, right?
I think that works good too, and it'll allow, us to maybe get a gauge on like how many vendors we're actually gonna have.
If we need to open up more spots for cars, we can always do that if vendors.
Or if we don't get enough vendors.
Yeah.
Danielle seems like she's a go for vendor spot,
Okay, cool.
so if you want to mark that one as contacted.
The other thing is we should also figure out, not along, man, I don't even know if I think I still have her down for, oh no, I didn't, I changed it. We gotta figure out too, when we should close VIP application wise.
When we have 45.
I'd, I'd say 50.
But do you
Okay.
really,
Actually, Eric's here.
Took you long enough. I'd say 50 just because it gives us
So
a
back out.
Yeah, it gives us backouts and like say
Okay.
we have 50 cars and not all of them are proper.
but do we really wanna close VIP by number or by date?
By number. I
Eric, can
mean,
you make noise? Can we hear you?
I think we can do both.
Okay.
If we get, say, like 50 cars, but 15 to 20 of them aren't worthy, then we can keep registration on it. If we get 50 cars and all of them are quality, that's a good cutoff, and then you're gonna have to get 10. So,
That makes sense. And how do we,
How are they choosing?
yes. I don't, and we learned, I mean, it kind of goes in with judging too, because we learned pretty good at this, at the carving chrome of judges, and how we don't want members judging cars.
I don't think
I mean,
members is
but-
an issue, it's,
People have cars in the show or like.
well,
That's
okay,
true.
so that's a big thing, is I think, going off of that, and just like the car shows that my dad's judged and that I've been a part of, judges' cars don't get judged. That's how it usually goes, at all.
Well,
in any
Dylan,
category.
Dylan's car, Dylan didn't judge his own car.
Yes, but I mean,
But at the same time, the other two judges that were there were very biased towards this vehicle,
and
because
so,
they were friends, kind of thing.
and it kind of just leads that whole thing, where it's just easier to say,
They have
Yeah,
this
that's
person has
just
no
like-
affiliation whatsoever with anybody's cars. But I don't know if we want to conduct the VIP as,
Tony said a potential issue would be differences in opinions, but the show is all about being judged. So, well, and that's why you have a variety of judges, because if you have a variety of judges, that's going to kind of, just spread
Balance
out,
out.
yeah, and balance out. And I mean, it depends on how many categories we actually have. If you can give a judge 2 categories more, that means that they're actually gonna have knowledge in that category, as well as, just, it's gonna be easier for everyone.
how do we want to decide VIP? Like, cause on the registration, I have that a committee will select the VIP cars. Is that something that we as officers are gonna be a committee, or is it that we wanna pull people that we know more about cars? Like, we could try to get from judges from Blues Card Club, or not Blues Card Club, Blues Days,
Yeah.
and the other.
So if we know how many spots we're gonna have, once we figured out what categories, do we wanna have, like the same amount of cars in each category? So like, I don't know, 4 muscle, 4 classic, 4 this, 4 that, so it's all even, or?
It's kind of just because, I mean, if we only have 50 registrations, we're gonna kind of have to go off of that.
Yeah, off what we get.
Yeah, there's the other idea where I know the Spokane Speed and Custom Show, he reaches out to people to partake in his show. He gets people and then tells them what's going on, and it's the same as reaching out for sponsorships and stuff like that. So I mean, that'd be another thing of if you know dope ass bar, reach out to it and give them like the registration. Our registration for VIP is up now, so that'd be a good way to get more top quality cars in for the VIP.
And another thing too, if Marie's watching this or Marie's going to watch it, that, really hammering down social media for VIP officers, or for VIP from like officers and our social media, we really wanna get people like interested early.
Mhm.
And I think if they get selected, they'll like get an email or whatever, and we can give them the link to our PayPal, or they can pay day of kind of a thing, so they're not really worried about money right now, it's more whether or not they're gonna get selected kind of a thing. So that's another thing we have to reiterate, is that they're not gonna apply and then pay for it. And then if they don't get it, then get refunded, it's that they just won't pay until they apply too. So social media is a big thing to apply.
Sorry. I'm trying to find the comments on it.
So are you guys saying you want people to apply for VIP and then eventually we'll pay for 40 or 50 everybody?
Yes.
Okay.
You just
Yeah,
needed a
yeah.
clarification?
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought I heard that, but I wasn't totally sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would actually make a lot more sense as, I guess we're already doing that, so.
Well,
I don't
especially
know.
today, that works, that's a great idea.
I mean, because I know we had a lot of people last year who were, there were a lot of cars last year that really didn't deserve to be on VIP on the floor. Because, well, no, just because we didn't have enough people, and so we just took random people because we were running out of time kind of thing, so this kind of avoids that.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. And how are you gonna pay the 40 or 50 down?
So there's gonna be a committee of like officers and stuff. Now, one thing you were saying earlier with that is I would say against the actual judges that are judging the car show. Just because, and I guess that was another thing I was just gonna ask is, so are we,
Separate groups.
yeah, we're gonna be two separate,
Judges.
yeah. Are we judging all the cars outside as well?
I think yes.
So so that means we're gonna have to have double the judges almost.
Well, I think that maybe when it comes to judging too, like, everybody's eligible for all the awards that we'll also decide today if we have time. And then, but like, you might have like almost like a best of show inside award, maybe a best of show outside of award. But and it would just be those two categories for those kind of things. And then you can have like an overall best of show or something like that. I don't know.
I kind of agree with that, but part of me is against that because I feel like maybe part of the incentive to want to do VIP is to get judged.
Yep.
So it kind of
But at the same time, we're picking the cars. I think we're not gonna be able to avoid people's perceptions of, I'm going to this car show to win an award.
Should we judge the VIP and concourse but not outside?
No, I'd say it's,
We don't
I'd
have
say,
concourse.
Yeah.
We don't have concourse, except
there's
for maybe
10,
that's
the
it.
scrapers, but
What?
I like not getting outside. Because there was a lot of people, I remember last year, who were like, oh, I don't want to go, my car's not ready for the car show. And like, don't get outside, that means less work for the judges. And also, you know, just get coming out and stuff. Because like, what are the chances somebody from outside is actually going to win something? I hope not. Because
I hope they do.
so that's,
like easily.
But that's the thing though, if you get somebody who is VIP and they're like number 41 and they didn't get selected, they're gonna go outside and they're not gonna get judged for anything. I don't know if that.
so there's another thing that we could do is like, we could do the best all around show, the best Beasley Award inside or something. And then
easily.
get best of Beasley.
Maybe we can get them to sponsor that shit.
And then,
You can take a quick little glimpse outside as judges.
well, hear me out on this.
To look, if something's really worth looking at, go look at it.
So, CCSS had a lot of like little trophies that were actually passed around. Like they had the college car, the best college, the best, the Vandal Pride, the best domestic and stuff like that, or like, I mean, you can go off of those and you can get like different smaller trophies to outside cars. It still gives incentive to clean up your car and everything like that and still participate and actually get there. But you actually like the true cars that are getting, Yeah. yeah,
Those are inside.
those are gonna be inside. So like the fun trophies are gonna be outside, like the most impractical or the most practical, best college cars, stuff like that. And those would be the cars that would be judged outside. And then you have like the best of the best inside, and that's what we're judging on the inside.
And we can have a different set of judges for outside.
It
It needs to be as professional.
Yeah,
I like that.
I like that idea.
yeah,
Okay.
I might put you guys here, I'm on the middle listening, I think there's a couple sections where.
Okay. Okay.
okay, have fun.
So with that, if we get card clubs, like if we get multiple card clubs, we might have to think about doing sections like we would for knuckle scrapers.
And I'd say sectioned outside.
The only reason I would put knuckle scrapers inside,
They wouldn't go inside on VIP.
no, concourse, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I think knuckle scrapers would be dope on the concourse. But the
So-
only way I would allow that is if they were to pay for a sponsorship package.
So, and there's a way of going about that too, because I mean, the likelihood of getting every vendor to fill up the concourse is, I mean, still
It's-
slim.
It's,
That's optimistic.
it's doable,
It's
but yes.
doable, but it's very optimistic. So if we actually started advertising for car club locations where they're all packed together and have a certain car max inside, or just have their areas blocked off, they can set it up however they want, and then that's another trophy. If you go to a car club trophy,
Like
Just
best
like-
club.
yeah, best club.
Hey,
And that's gonna be your setup, that's gonna be, everything like that is just your, how it's viewed and everything like that, because that's another thing that, Spokane Speed Custom did as well, is they have car club in areas and
That's
stuff. So,
And I think outside, I think we should try and group cars together that want to be together, I guess.
Yeah,
I agree with that. Outside is more of, if you're coming in together,
like,
you're gonna park
yeah,
together.
like kind of a first come, first served thing, so if they want to cruise with somebody.
But we can definitely, meet their needs
Yeah.
outside a lot easier than inside.
I think I started hearing a little bit of this just a little bit ago, but have you guys thought about selling vendor spots as like,
I was like,
That's what I just said.
3 or 4 cars worth of spots?
Yeah,
No, that's what I just said.
Package, where you basically
yeah,
yep.
yes.
Good talk.
We're losing you, but yes.
Nice face, nice and frozen. Oh, there you are.
But yes,
Yeah.
I think maybe for the car clubs who are bigger and can spend the money, they pay for a sponsor. They pay for a sponsor package, but the clubs that are a little bit smaller pay for a vendor.
So, and I wouldn't really class them as like vendor or sponsor packages.
Well, but that's what they. is
That's what
I'm
they're gonna pay, but I would still advertise it
That's
as
club.
club. It's car club parking.
So then maybe we need
Cause you
to,
can get the Magnum Club involved, you can get the.
And it wouldn't be all that expensive if like, you get 10 knuckle scrapers and if you charge them whatever you
Well,
want
and-
to charge them, that they can split it between all the people.
and there were 9 knuckle scrapers and they
They
paid
paid-
$30 a spot,
For
and I
12
think
spots.
it was like, I think it was almost like $300, which is our bronze or our gold sponsor. I can't remember which one it is. But what I'm saying is maybe what we'll do is that we'll put we can put a car club thing on here, and so a vendor spot, like a vendor price spot, so $100 would be an outside area, and then whatever, let's look at our sponsor packages. So this 150 or 350 could be your inside like your inside spot.
And we'd have to figure out an actual like size for them.
Yeah.
That way, that would be something that we'd have to mark off. And then we have, because I mean, we can go around the concourse and just put like, literally mark spots off for just the car clubs.
Well, each car club is probably gonna be a different size. Why don't we just put something that says bundle wheels available?
Yeah.
And then it can be different for each car club.
Or you can do like, I don't know, just like a price per car, like per spot.
Okay, let me, can I see your? I just wanna see, so our concourse spot is what, $30, I think? I think we're 40, 30, 10. I think is what it is.
Yes.
So $30 and say we had a group of 9, it's $270.
So, and you're gonna wanna give them a little bit more room, because just like with the knuckle scrapers they brought extra stuff, they brought all their chairs, they brought up like the display things and everything like that. So, I mean,
And that's
If you
what we
go-
really have to do on the concourse.
Yeah.
Set up like they did.
yeah. But if you can give them a section, they're not gonna park all their cars at least together, and then go off with that. And that's another thing for like the whole judging thing, is I'd say those cars may or may not be judged individually, but more on a base of club judging. Just because if you're going through and judging each and every, if we get optimistically like 5 clubs,
Yeah.
that's gonna be hard to go through and judge every single.
Especially if it's all rat rods, all the rat rods are cool, how do you differentiate which one is the
Yeah.
best?
So it's a hard route to go, but if they want to be they want their car to be judged individually, they'll have that car outside of the club or the club parking or something like that.
Yeah.
So, and a lot of people would prefer, like I know the knuckle scrapers and stuff, they went through and they would rather they were there to be fun, to have fun,
Supportive.
versus be there to be judged.
So, I kind of want to just do some brainstorming of some awards. We can narrow it down later, but just, I just want to hear some awards that you guys think, people who are watching, we've only got one person watching again, that might want to see. And then we'll narrow it down from there another time or whatever.
Best of Beasley,
Best of Beasley.
best of show.
Wouldn't that be best of Beasley?
No,
You could have
best of Beasley is
outside
VIP, yeah.
and then overall.
Because I mean, GC as an overall is gonna be outdoor, indoor.
Do like best of Beasley outstanding outside or like some stupid thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, best of show, Coup Pride.
Most practical.
Least practical.
Daily driven.
That's where the terminus. Or those either, whatever they call it.
But I think those are 2 separate ones, because the work in progress is gonna be one that's in it's currently being built. Like, it's not running or something like that. Theater is just one that's like, just clapped out.
Yeah, I mean, we could have like the usual like best Euro, best Asian, best American.
Domestic.
Yeah,
Or domestic is different.
I really like the ring of Best of Beasley. I thought that sounds really cool. I think we should stay with that.
yeah,
Yeah, because that's gonna be like the top tier of the 40 cars inside.
And I think it's good that we're starting on this now, so we can figure out what we're gonna do for trophies, get them started right now. And I mean, like the ones we did last year, but I'm so partial to the handmade, like the car part ones, because they just look so cool and they're so unique, kind of a thing. So if we, one thing that we could do is if we have all of these awards, then we don't do runner-ups for every single
No,
one,
so
just
and
like
that's-
maybe not even the best of show. I mean, because if you're gonna have a best of Beasley, a best outside,
That's
and a
our two
best
best
of
of
show,
shows.
yeah, exactly.
So I'd also say that there needs to be a best Euro, a best Asian, best domestic inside as well. I feel like that one should be an inside and outside.
you mean judged by both or have 2 of them?
Or have 2 of them, one on the inside, one on the outside. Just because, I mean, obviously the Because I still agree with getting more judges and judging outside and inside.
Well, now that you're kind of more on talking terms, we might get more judges.
Yeah.
Because Benny would probably still be one,
Fixation.
no. Like I said, we can narrow this down later. Narrow it down later, I just want to hear more, like, whatever.
Best 4x4 / off-road. I don't know how many if we'll get any race cars, but like,
Lois would be a good one.
oh,
But it
Lois.
could be least practical.
I feel like you could, the way that you can win
Best
best lowest
fit.
is like the
the
limbo
limbo.
thing.
Limbo thing?
Limbo.
We could do a limbo. If we had
That's
a
so
whole
easy.
parking lot, yeah.
Well, see, that's what if we could do like a limbo and a rev off challenge or something, those would be cool activities.
And I think we are allowed to do a rev off
We are.
with, so we would have a noise variance or whatever, because WCP, so Brock didn't care about revving, it was that we couldn't do burnouts. So at their show, like, he didn't really care about revving. So I think revving is fine, as
Just,
long as you are stationary, like, it's not gonna do anything besides kill somebody's eardrums.
or lawyer.
Yeah, that too.
I like that, so, yeah, Lois Limbo are like loudest. Well, but then you'll need like a.
I have best sound up there too,
Well,
but
if we
that's
do it-
for like speakers.
Best sound system. That's what-
Sound system or setup, yeah, best rev, I mean, that, do we just go by loudest?
We could do the crowd
Yeah.
votes on that, because that's how a lot of them are
That's how, I
done.
don't
is-
know
yeah.
if he does it.
Oh, it does it by like crowd favorite?
Yep.
Okay, I like that too, because then that
Gets
gets
crowd involved.
Yeah, okay. Because at the Linnaeus Museum, they like parked them up on spots and they had like a decibel meter. And so it went by decibels, but like some of the cars, when they backfired, it like
Register.
destroyed your ears, but it wasn't loud on the decibel meter for some reason, so. Yeah, I think crowd
Sure.
favorite would be
Is
cool.
there anything you wanna do with like detail work?
There's also like best tow rig.
You guys thought about splitting some of those events off into more like a generation to like weekend kind of thing?
Oh,
So,
you mean
I
like
just-
separate events?
I wanna do a weekend thing.
That sounds like so much work.
It's a,
I don't know.
I
it'd
think
be a
maybe
lot more
like Friday, Saturday, because I had thought about doing
of a cruise.
a cruise around campus, like seeing if we can talk with WTP and go all the way down campus, and you know where Owen Science Library is, go up that road and then go up through campus on the mall area.
Would we have like WCPD in front and behind like
Could.
leading us?
It could, it would be something I have to talk with Brock about
That'd
and
be
see,
cool.
but I think it would be kind of a cool thing to do. So if we did something like that and then had almost like the poker run where we had that weekend activity, we added some of the activities like that, we could do that.
That'd be cool. I just think that at least the limbo and rev off should be at the show because you'll have all the cars.
Yeah.
There.
What were you saying, Eric?
One of the things you can do with those, like, where you're driving right around the police escort in front and back, usually they allow, like, non-street vehicles during that time as well.
Correct.
So, like, for the one they do in Tri-Cities, you got stuff that has to be trailered in and out, but it's able to drive on the roads during that one specific time, where they've got basically the road closed for that.
And I think it would be so cool to do that around campus. Like being able to go up on Terrell Mall.
Yeah.
If you don't go up Wilson Road, you're usually pretty good and you can angle out by Bryan, where we usually come in for Dad's Weekend. You can usually angle out there so it's
Oh,
not as bad,
That'd be good.
but that would be cool. So I will,
The road that's that one way out, like, the big downhill one.
Oh,
You guys can come up that one.
yeah, we could.
Get off the street.
That's a good idea.
oh, yeah. I will probably email the police chief, because I think that's who I would have to get a meeting with, is with the police chief, and so I will email them tonight. And I will see if we can, what we have to do to get that started.
Yeah, I think I really like that. That's really cool.
Is there any other awards you're thinking?
Best motorcycle.
You right?
And so we could go off those like subcategories and stuff, say best interior.
Hey, but
Yeah,
that says you need to work with parking also,
well, yeah, I know.
the pedestrian walls that you've done, parking control.
Doesn't WC control parking though?
WCPD, they're higher up.
Okay,
Fight me up. But there's like, we could go best engine bay, best interior, best trunk.
And as far as these small,
what?
I gotta go.
Okay, bye.
Fun.
as far as these small awards go, like, I don't know if you saw, the trophies Maze made, but his was like acrylic with just
Yeah.
like a regular outline and
Mhm.
stand. Like when I went to, like the Surf City car show, they had these, but it was like out of wood.
Mhm.
Effectively kind of like, Surf City, but like wood, you can just laser engrave it, it's dirt cheap to make, and it can look really cool.
Yeah.
So if, we could probably do all these like tiny awards for really cheap, and then you can save some of the nicer awards for.
Actual money.
Yeah.
Yeah, spending money
agree.
on actual, or like the bigger awards, and I
'Cause even-
agree with that.
Even the acrylic is pretty expensive. I'm surprised Mace Run for that.
Yeah, we can definitely do that.
Best, I would say like, what did we have? Oh, we had lowest, okay, I guess.
Best wheels,
Yeah, I was gonna say best wheels, I was gonna say like maybe best fitment, but like,
best stance,
yeah, best stance.
we go off of better than best, what?
See,
Those
the
are all
hard
same
different
thing.
things,
But
cause
the
you have
hard
a
thing
muscle
too,
car stance.
what we noticed too is that with best stance, it could be lower, it could be high. So if you've got a lifted pickup,
Yeah,
you would win
So
that way.
that's-
So
okay.
you could have best stance and best fitment.
So, but you can break best stance into 3 different categories, and then you can't have best fitment. Cause fitment is designated
What do
as
you
to,
got? Well, we got truck,
you have truck, you're gonna have domestic, or you're gonna be, a muscle, and then you're gonna have import.
for
truck, low muscle. Well, no,
For stance,
stance,
yeah,
I mean,
Why would muscle be its own? Why not just say like battle stance or track stance?
you could do, best like as far as like being low, like fender to lip type fitment, you could have like best like,
but I think fitment should be different than stance.
yeah, okay, I guess stance. Fitment should be its own thing, because fitment is kind of specific.
Mhm.
Stance, yeah, you could do truck,
I did low because the.
I mean muscle as in like,
The-
Mike's Chevelle and stuff, how it's like
Yeah.
Yes.
a drag car.
Yes, cause that's gonna be a completely different stance and be completely different, like, it's a
Yeah,
different
it's-
adjustment.
You could do, yeah,
Best
track
track
stance.
stance, yeah,
but track stance is also
That's what
like,
Cooper was saying.
track stance is also, yeah, like,
Well, I wouldn't
a
call
rally
this-
car could be like that too.
Yeah, and I want to call the Chevelle track stance. That's more like gasper status.
well, that's
Well,
what
that's
gasser,
drag.
gasser's up, nose up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yes.
Oh, my bad.
This is still drag stance, just
Yeah.
not gasser stance.
I'm trying to think.
I mean, we can just leave it at that.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah, and so it's,
And we have more,
And I mean, as people come up with more ideas, I'm sure.
and then I might have Marie just have a post on there, have her put a post on there and be like, what awards do you want to see for GC 2019? And then we'll probably get some people up there. That's pretty much it for GC. Launch weekend, we are in the calendar for both Napa and for O'Reilly's. Napa's gonna put us on their little reader board thing. Like I said, you can choose to do both shifts, so Saturday and Sunday, or you can choose to do one shift, whichever you wanna do. But we're good with that. We'll need the typical stuff we normally bring, so the power washers and stuff like that for both, the scrubs and stuff, but we're good on that. Cruise into summer, there's a Facebook event up for it now. I have to just put a link up here on the website for the events, or like connect it to right here. And
Yeah.
for GC, actually, I think it's up. So it's up here too. I'll ask Tommy if he's coming to this one as well. We just need to start a funding request. I don't know how much money we've used, but we usually want to use
All of it.
the majority of it, especially since we can't use it for GC. So we just want to use as much as we can. And there seems to be a lot of people actually really interested in it, so I don't think Easter really has affected it or anything, but it is on a Saturday, not on a Sunday, because Easter is that Sunday. So
Well, what day is this again?
this is April 20th, which is a Saturday.
That's almost.
I know, isn't this like
Wow,
old?
looks-
Look at this.
Wow.
Bogey's out, Brady's out.
This was like
Taylor's
one of
out.
the first years, wasn't it?
Yeah, because Damien,
I wasn't there.
Matt Maggio's over here, Matt's over here, and his white Subaru.
The Audi.
Kenta had the,
Kenta.
oh my gosh.
And then
There's
this
Taylor's
is Damien's signature, because he took the picture. It's a good time.
Wow.
Yeah,
I didn't make it to last year's, so I'm excited to be there.
and then like activities, DJ, I will see if the sheriff's office can come. It'd be cool to get maybe Toyota to come. I'm
WCPD.
sure, yeah, WCPD, I'm sure Napa will come.
Yeah.
Just kind of, if you've got people that you think would be willing to come or whatever, like it's almost like a sponsor or a vendor kind of a thing, so,
But they don't have to pay for it.
it's kind of more building rapport, so if they come to this, then it's like, oh, hey, you
Wanna
wanna
come to
pay for
GC?
GC? Kind of a thing, so, the more like, especially when they're very close together, so April, and then they've got a couple months before GC kind of a thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, activities that you can think of, we'll have lawn games. I like having everything in that little grass area, so the food.
That seemed cool. It seemed like everyone had a lot of fun.
They did, yeah.
That one's always fun.
Everybody loves that one. Especially, I mean, it's outside, it's just perfect weather. Another thing, going back to GC, we got a tip from Derek Peters' mom for t-shirts. And I think this is the company we're gonna go to.
For GC?
Yes,
Okay.
because look
Oh,
at
yeah.
look at this. Look at this shit. I did this while I was at work.
Oh my god, that's it?
Full color, $7 a shirt.
For sure.
$560 for 80 shirts.
That's,
80,
that's
And we did
But-
500 for
yes. So
40.
we do have to figure out the design quick enough, because I think it will add on some money depending on what your thing is. And I'm also curious if it's part of this big promo thing right here. And I don't know how long that lasts.
yeah.
So
Yeah, 55% off everything.
I
And
don't
that's why it says it's 7 instead of 15.56. per
Yeah.
shirt.
but sometimes companies just have that on there all the time and make you think you're getting a good deal when that's just really sorry. It is, no, it totally is.
But yeah,
So
So what is it for like 100 cars or 100 shirts?
what, just to have everyone get a shirt?
$672.81.
Because I mean, okay, we're definitely trying to go bigger this year.
And
Yeah,
the-
outside
The
parking and
more that
stuff,
you buy,
the cheaper the
price
cost.
per shirt is.
Oh yeah, no, it's 673.
The only thing is, if we do white, it's cheaper. If we do any other color,
Black.
it's the same. So white is the cheapest, anything else is $7.54, so it's 54 cents more.
I think white is
Oh,
fine.
yeah. And I think white's fine.
White's fine.
Even though we're they did gray, which honestly really didn't look that bad. The only reason I don't wear gray is because I sweat a lot, so.
Yeah, I don't like gray.
But maybe while you're at the graphic designer, you can ask them
What?
what their availability for figuring out a GC design would be.
Okay.
Because if we get it in this year, then
We can start and get these designed and ready, and we can figure out what how much it's gonna be. And then, like I said, these car washes, the car washes go pretty much straight towards GC.
So whatever we can get done with the car wash.
Yes, exactly.
The total, we're at 1,300 right now. For all of our
And
funds. Yeah,
how much is in our bank account?
in our like the WSECU, that one is 1,050. I just put in 1,000 for the cash box today.
Okay. And then our cash box has,
Cash box has about like 150. Sorry, I have it all on
No,
my
you're
computer
good.
right there. And our school account has like $180 on it.
so, I mean, we're not doing bad, but the car washes will help.
Wow.
Like you said, pretty much any profit that we make goes towards GC. And where we are at the end of the semester, pretty much everything's going towards GC anyways, because we don't have any other events. Cruise into summer is gonna be funding request, Boost in the spring is a funding request, so, any profit that we make is gonna go to GC.
I think we need to just have any merchandise and stickers that we have, let's go try and sell as many.
And we've got a shit ton of stickers.
Yeah, I don't even think we need.
Like that bag
anything
is
more.
a shit ton of stickers. I don't know the Euro ones, the American, the
Oh, the
domestic.
AC subgroup.
Yeah, those look dope. So those ones we might want to make more of because I have a feeling people are gonna want more of it.
Yeah. And the thing is, like the transfer tape that May gave me is, I mean, it works, but it's kind of weak, so it's a little bit difficult with the smaller ones. That being said, it was dirt cheap. It was like 75 feet for like $20. But I'll see about getting them some maybe a little bit more
A
quality.
better quality one.
Because right now I'm selling these ones for a little bit less. Just 'cause it's-
That's it. That's all I got.
Super stoked for GC.
Oh, I'm hyped.
I am too. I'm hyped and I'm sad because like I'm graduating, so it's like we're gonna be in the legwork of it, but it's like, am I really gonna be back in order to help kind of a thing? It's gonna be sad, but I'm really excited and I hope other people are excited as well. I think we've started early. We've gotten a really good jump start. We've gotten a lot done, honestly. Like when I'm thinking of agendas and stuff for GC, I'm running out of
Running
things.
out of-
I'm
that's
running out
good.
of things of what we should talk
That's
about
okay.
and get
We
stuff
want that.
done. So we're at the biggest important part is sponsors. We're relying,
Keep contact and
Really
actually contact sponsors.
Be persistent.
and I think if they don't email you back, you're just gonna have to call them or you're gonna have to go in person. And I think I'll probably try to do it before summer starts, but like maybe if summer starts too, I'm just gonna spend a couple weeks just going in and be like, hey, GC, just attacking people.
And like a lot of them, especially like the national ones I found, don't really have any like local emails. So like all the ones that I have that don't have emails, I'm gonna go do before like spring break, just go.
And you
like,
can,
putting up
usually they'll
pictures.
have a contact page, and so I'll do the contact
Like
form.
on Facebook.
No,
Like
well,
on
if
their
they have a
website,
website,
Like contact us.
they usually always have a contact us, and so I literally will put my spiel that I would put in an email in their little contact box, and they actually are really good at getting back to you. So, like Virtual Barley got back to me today, but, I would do that, and then if they don't respond, I'd go in, but if you wanna just go in straight away, it's better to talk face to face. But, also, Cougar Country's closing, so that's a no.
Yeah.
I've never
They
been
also
there.
there to help inspection.
Really?
Is it really?
Yeah, like if you look through like all the restaurants, like in 2018, we failed the inspection. Probably didn't help.
But, yeah, that is it, you're good to go.
So anyone who's going to watch this, tell us about some sponsors that you'd like to see or vendors that you'd like to see at GC
Or trophy ideas.
or trophy ideas.
And as far as Flickr, I've gotten all the ones, the albums downloaded that put us over 1,000 photos.
And I know we
all-
also just paid for another month.
Yeah, I know. I thought that I was gonna auto renew tomorrow, but I guess it was
Yeah.
today. So we'll get another one. Just
Don't worry.